The Comedy Grinder. Streaming live worldwide from the First Church of Cannabis. Tonight,
Catelyn McPhee, Rochelle Renee, Billy Orm, Thibaut Dell, Cody East, Isaiah Gray,
Jerry Goebel. Tonight's episode,
Charlotte's Web of Destruction.
Watch. More like Stevie wonders what time it is. Yeah, so in high school, all of my friends, we all played sports, and we were all like at least a little gay. So my high school experience was kind of like the movie Radio. Like at first, everyone thought we were really weird, but then they realized that we were vital to their sports teams. So then they loved us. Yeah. Honestly, like that story is not true at all because no one gives a shit about female sports. The U.S. women's soccer team has had daddy issues with their country since the beginning. Like if we can just get one more World Cup, they won't wish we were boys. Yeah, gaying in high school. That's like the equation for getting bullied, which I did. But like, it's fine, guys. Because it's like the phrase, the phrase, like you're rubber and I'm glue. Like, whatever you say is gonna stick with me through like 5 years of extensive therapy. And then reappear in my nightmares. And in my mind at night when I can't sleep. That's the phrase, right? That's the phrase. That's the phrase. I just started serving recently, and it's like, it's really redundant and like kind of boring for me. So I started playing this game with the customers where I use like unnecessary like air quotes, like, is this vegetarian? Yeah, it's vegetarian. Here's that water that you wanted. The look of horror in their face after that one, that's a good one. Yeah, even I got, now my manager is in on it. Like, he came up to me the other day, he was like, "You're fired." So, like, as a female, people are always asking me, like, how it feels to get catcalled. And, like, I have no clue, because I never get catcalled. I got catcalled one time, and it wasn't even by a guy, it was by a girl. And she was homeless. And I was eating a cheeseburger at her stoplight. Technically, I didn't even get catcalled. The cheeseburger did. So I think it's been established that, like, I date girls. I tried to date guys. It just, like, didn't work very well. So, like, let me walk you through that. This one guy that I dated, he loved tacos, but he was a super messy eater. So I was like constantly having to go sit with this guy in a public place and watch him just motorboat some tacos. And after a while, this guy stopped having sex with me, so I found myself getting like super jealous of a taco. He never motorboated me like that. So then I started getting more creative in the bedroom, like trying to get things going again, you know? But I was like, what do I do with this guy? Should I, like, wear a taco bra? Maybe put some sauce on, like my naked body? It turns out that if salsa is spicy enough, it will burn your skin. And your dignity. Yeah, that guy broke up with me. He just, like, couldn't quite forgive me for ruining an entire container of salsa. And, like, during that breakup, I was, like, always on the edge of a breakdown. Like, the worst breakdown I had was when You've Got a Friend in Me from Toy Story came up on my shuffle. I was like, infinity and beyond doesn't fucking mean anything anymore. Yeah, and then the very last guy that I went on a date with, he choked me. And, you know, like, I'm not, like, coming down on the weird things that people are into, but also, we were just standing there having conversation. I think that him choking me was, like, his move. Like, hey, buddy, if you're wondering what the line is between, like, weird sex kinks and murder, that's probably it. And, and after that, I text, like, the only single friend that I had at the time. I thought, you know, I'll text her, we'll talk about how shitty it is to date, and then we'll, like, both feel better, you know? And she forgot to tell me that she was dating this super beautiful artist from Paraguay, who was no shit in the royal family of Paraguay. And the last guy I had gone on a date with choked me. And the guy before that, he canceled on me to do his taxes, like 4 months early. And at 10 p.m. That's like the most bullshit excuse I've ever heard. Like, he probably texted that to me and then turned to his friends at the bar like, OJ. And that's going to be it for me, guys. Thank you.
So, I'm a teacher, which means I'm as exhausted as Todd Palin's asshole right now. I'm ready for spring break. Breaks are what they give us instead of a decent salary. Like, literally, I'll be after the show, I'll be outside. I'm trying to pay my light bill, so come hit me up. I really like spring break. Last year I went to Colorado for the scenery, as one does. And I went through Kansas on the way out there. I'm not quite sure why Dorothy was in such a hurry to get back. Waiting to get out of Kansas was like Tyga waiting on Kylie Jenner to turn 18 after her 16th birthday. I actually invented a drinking game while I was driving through. Every time you would see an abandoned meth lab, you would take a shot, which lasted all the way through Kansas City, which is still in Missouri. So I do work with a lot of women, and it's the first time I can say ever in my life that I prefer the company of men. It's kind of like working in Caddyshack without the comedy. I haven't been invited to the guys' circle jerk yet, but I feel like that invitation is coming. Definitely. The kids crack me up, though. They're by far the best thing about being a teacher. They say the funniest things. Last week, I caught this kid running through the cafeteria. I call him Butters, like the South Park character, because he kind of reminds me of him. But I get a hold of him. I'm like, dude, when have we ever told you it's okay to run in this building? And he just kind of looks at me for a second, doesn't answer. So I'm starting to get a little frustrated. I'm like, dude, when the fuck have we ever told you it's okay to run in this building? And he just keeps staring at me. He doesn't say anything. Finally, he looks at me. It's like he's really thinking about an answer, and he goes, "The apocalypse?" Get the fuck out of here. I couldn't be mad anymore. I just had to laugh. Oh. Guys, I decided that winter is not coming. Kind of wish I was more into An Inconvenient Truth when that came out, but that was as exciting to me as driving through Kansas. But now that it's like 90 degrees in September, I'm kind of starting to think that global warming is not God hugging us closer, as Sarah Palin once told me. Hashtag man bear pig is real. And I'm starting to get a little worried because we're having crazy weather. Like I do things now that I never normally would have done, like pick up trash, or shit in a toilet. Heard toilet paper isn't biodegradable. But today at dismissal, I was actually walking along and all of these snack wrappers were just like laying on the sidewalk. And as I'm picking them up, and they're gross, they're nasty, they've been out there for days, they're wet, all the kids are like hanging out the bus and they're like, "Miss Wilson, why are you touching that? That's nasty." And I'm like, do you realize that the 5th World War is going to be fought over water? Do you realize that Interstellar is about to be up in this bitch? We got to start caring about this motherfucking planet. And the same kid that I caught running leans out the bus window and says, "Not in my lifetime." We're doomed. Tired generation. Anyway, I come from a town that is the city equivalent to Donald Trump's dick. Small and oppressive to minorities. And needless to say, they're not necessarily the brightest bulbs in the tanning bed up in Churubusco, Indiana. It just sounds like a little village that would be slightly under the line of average and mediocre. Take my sister, for example. It took her 7 months to figure out she was pregnant, and 3 years to figure out it was our cousins. Then you have my brother. I have an older brother. We're currently estranged. I don't appreciate that he supports Donald Trump, and he doesn't appreciate that I call him Grey Worm. But to be fair to Grey Worm, that dude lost his dick becoming a soldier. My brother lost his dick marrying a crazy twat waffle. Drunken one night stand. Month later, she's allegedly pregnant. I say allegedly, because it took that kid like 10 years and $100,000 worth of in vitro treatment to finally arrive. So I'm calling bullshit and entrapment. Bitches be crazy. Never trust a woman who says it doesn't count if it's anal. Especially on the first date. That's how Bristol Palin got pregnant twice. Moving on. You know, that kind of sounds like the family you'd have if you're from the sticks. Like the only thing that goes quickly in the country are meth, STDs, and a trailer for sale. That's why I had to get out of there. I didn't realize I could date someone beside my cousins. I do have a girlfriend, though, that's not my cousin. We're not related at all, as far as I can tell. Still waiting on Ancestry.com to get back on that one. But we actually just recently celebrated a year. Thank you. Like 6 or 7 or 8 months ago, some shit like that. It was recent, in retrospect. And we actually, like, the other weekend, we got matching tattoos, which is kind of like a baby, but harder to get rid of. I have my former roommate to thank for my relationship. He made dating seem so unappealing, I had to get in one. Like, I'm not saying that he makes poor life choices, but I'm saying he brings home more broken hoes than a Mexican potato farmer. I'm just saying. God love him. Yeah. So actually, I decided to become gay in college. And I say decided because, you know, again, I'm from a town that is literally small enough to fit inside Lindsay Lohan's vagina. So I didn't know there were choices. Which explains why coming out was so awkward to me. Like I was the last person to figure it out. Like I watched the L Word with the women's basketball team on Sundays, but I swore I wasn't carpet munching. Yeah, that didn't last long in college. My old college roommate, she likes to tease me and she's like, hey, remember when you thought you were straight? Hey, remember when you thought you were a gender studies major? Now all you're doing is proving you can turn a hoe into a housewife. She loves that joke, by the way. She's okay with it. Texted her one day and I'm like, can I call you a whore on stage in front of strangers? She's like, yeah, you've done worse. Fair point. You guys see who Bobby Knight is voting for, though? Speaking of college, I went to IU. Anyone in here go to college? Well, couple. That's more than usual in a room full of comics. Oh. But I went to IU. Did you guys see who Bobby Knight is voting for? Trump. Yep, that's right. He's voting for Trump. Here's the thing. Like, I could turn the other way when it came to the whole, like, chair throwing, choking incident. I mean, like, I'm a teacher. I've been known to throw a desk or two. Right? Who hasn't? But supporting Trump, it's the straw that broke my camel's toe. Anyway, guys, I suffer from a disease called GCS, gay child syndrome. And it's when you are by far the most successful of your siblings, but your parents still refuse to acknowledge you to the neighbors. Yeah, it happens. When I first came out, my dad was like, I don't care if you're gay, just don't flaunt it. So I like shaved my head, got a tribal band tattoo, and started wearing plaid to Christmas. Honestly, guys, though, the most awkward thing about being a lesbian is how often I get asked how I have sex, especially by straight men. And all I can figure out is maybe they don't know how it works. So being a teacher, I've created a diagram. To show just how the female anatomy works. And I've even turned it into a football analogy, if you will. So gentlemen, this is the part of the show where you take out your notepads. Take notes. You got them out? All right. So, who is the most important player on a football team, unless you're the Chicago Bears? The quarterback. That's right, the quarterback. Now, gentlemen, I know you like to think that your penis is the quarterback, but it's not. It's more like the center. It hikes the ball. The clit is the quarterback, yes. It's very important. It calls its own plays. It runs its own touchdowns. It runs the field. It delegates tasks. It's important. Next, you've got the vag hole, which I like to call the wide receiver. Pun intended. Next, you've got the lava lips, which work together with the breastises, and they are a part of the offensive line. They get the quarterback and the wide receiver ready for action. You got the Houston, we have a problem area. And I call it that because I'm a lesbian, so we think that area is reserved for gay men and whores. But you can think of that as the tight end. It's where you throw the ball if you have no other options. Very important. And last, but certainly not least, you've got the squirter. And I want you to think of it like the coach. It lets you know when you're doing well. Huh? Any questions? Right. That was that little health lesson. So that's like the most awkward thing about being a lesbian. But I gotta tell you, by far the worst part of being a lesbian is being mistaken for a hipster all the time. Like, we invented plaid and self-loathing. You do realize this. Melissa Etheridge made an entire career out of standing outside someone's window in plaid. Stevie Nicks, total lesbian goddess. Any Stevie Nicks fans in here? Whoop. Anyways, I'm going to get out of here on one last note. What do Donald Trump and abortions have in common? In both cases, the parents regretted the choice. I've been Rochelle Renee. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Ladies and gentlemen, keep it going for Rochelle Renee. Okay, we are going to keep things rolling right along as we like to do here at the First Church of Cannabis. And please welcome to the stage our next comedian, Mr. Billy Orm.
How's it going, everybody? Guys, I hate the Olympics. Too many stupid sports. Like, they have badminton, yachting, but no cross-stitching. And I can make some sick-ass quilts. I want to make a quilt that says, "Fuck you, China," in Chinese. But I'm dyslexic, so it might come across backwards. Guys, my quilting was inspired by Winona Ryder's movie, How to Make an American Quilt. You're welcome. So I like to tell women that I drive a Cavalier. So when I show up to a date in a souped up Cobalt, I've already exceeded their expectations. I feel like women are club promoters though, because they always ask you, how long can you do? I always tell them a hard 5. So when I do a solid 7, I've already exceeded their expectations. I also like to tell women that I'm 5'9". So when I show up on a date and I'm 5'10", I've already exceeded their expectations. So my buddy is going through a breakup. Kind of sucks. Kind of sucks thinking about that, because he realized that she fell out of love with him. And then he also realized that he's not Federico or Francisco or Fernando. She took the relationship about as serious as a baby does take wiping his ass. So I recently compared achievements with my sister, and guys, if you haven't done this, you need to know where you stand in the family. She is on her 4th divorce, and I'm on my master's degree. She has had the most points you can have on a driver's record, but I've had the most points you can have in a Madden game. She's most notably known for losing her virginity in 6th grade and sex ed class. I'm most notably known for waiting to lose my virginity to a guy named Ed. I like to think of myself on a scale in statistics. Like in June 2011, I was a 7. In June 2016, I'm a 3. But I did the math, and if you add it up, September of 2016, perfect 10. And ladies, I don't know if you do role play, but I can be your nerdy geometry teacher. And I'll tell you one thing. If orgasms are the solutions to your problems, answers may vary. My sister, as I like to say, my sister is on her 4th divorce because her husband realized that he didn't love her anymore. She realized that she's not Suzanne or Samantha or Chantella. So I played house when I was a kid. You guys ever remember playing house? Like, I never realized that Monopoly did not prepare me for the shit that I was about ready to have happen to me. Like, when I was on the playground, this girl came up to me and said, "Get me a ring." And I was like, what? I was like, bitch, I just met you. And I went to like some random place, like some random drugstore, and got her a 25-cent ring. And then she has the nerve to come up to me the next day and say, "I saw that ring at that 25 cent. You couldn't have got me something of 75 cents? I was like, my dad did not even prepare me for this shit. Or 3 kids in the same day. I was like, is that even possible? Women can't even do deliveries in one day. She's like, our kids are hungry. It's like, well, go eat some motherfucking grass. I don't know what to do. So I had to sit the kids down in our apartment, a.k.a. our playground, a.k.a. the monkey bars. And I had to say, kids, look, Dad, he couldn't bring home the bread. You're going to be eating like dirts and sticks. It's okay. They do that in far land countries. Some are grateful for it. And then she had the balls to tell me that she wanted a divorce, which, not up in here. Because I went to my dad and I was like, Dad, I had a problem in the playground today. And he's like, what? And we're sitting at the dinner table and he was telling me, because he's single, a single dad, he was like, look, your mom tried to get me with this, that she wanted a divorce, so this is what you need to do. Did you sign a prenup? I was like, I didn't know about that. He's like, it's okay. She doesn't know what a prenup is. Just go over there, you kill the game, tell her that you got a prenup, you can get all your belongings back. The great thing is it's like a get out of jail free card, because if you don't claim the kids, all she's going to do is get you for child support. I was like, Dad, with a second grade education, I'm not going to be able to get a job anywhere. Went up to her the next day, got a divorce, didn't have to worry about the kids, and pretty much became the generation that is. I'm just kidding, that was pretty bad. No, it wasn't. It's pretty damn spot on, if you ask me. My dad was my hero. And the reason why my dad was my hero is because even though I didn't get ribbons, I had wristbands from every hospital I checked into. Because I was not only the sick kid, but I was also the suicidal one. And every morning, he would leave these little notes, sweet little notes, that would say, next time, don't fail. He was a very good father. So then I brought to his hospital bed when he was about ready to die, because he had had 3 heart attacks. I said, hey, Dad, next time, don't fail. And he didn't. Miss you, baby. I was thinking about kids the other day. My friend Phil has 6 kids. Every time he goes to a car dealership, he gets a complimentary pro-life bumper sticker. Crazy. So, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Alabama, but they came up with this bullshit law. It's called the Anti-Defamation Law, aka the Anti-Dildo Law. Because they consider dildos to be a deadly weapon in Alabama. Never fucking crossed my mind. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and have a Remington 357, an AK, and a dildo and walk out and be like, I don't know, I'm gonna have to go with the dildo today, cuz. See what we got going on. Might have to pop one in their ass. Who cares? I don't give a shit. I'll do what I have to do to protect my life of my kid. But yeah, I will always remember that day. I will always remember that day because it was September 11th, 2007. Yeah. They said that the dildo promoted loose morals. Of fucking course it did, because they said there's no right way that you can use it, but there's a right way you can use a weapon. Get the fuck out of here. So my dad, I always go back to my dad because he brought up some really, really good points. Like, for example, I did a good deed the other day. Like, I was in Barnes & Noble and I took a Penthouse magazine and I put it in a children's section. And now it's a how-to section. Didn't think of that, did you? Learned that from my dad. But the weird thing is one day I was looking for a child's book, like a children's book when I was a kid. And my dad was like, don't worry, just go out to my Ford Escort under the passenger seat. Yeah, it should be under my mistress's panties. Yeah. I was like, yeah, that's a hell of a Dewey Decimal System, Pop. Thanks. They don't have that in libraries. Hey, just go ahead. It's right over there by the Victoria's Secret lingerie special. It'll be right under that. So I'm from Marion, Indiana. We're known for our 8 state basketball championships. We're known for the last lynching in a northern state. But we're known for our best buffets. So whether we're cutting down nets or we're cutting down nooses, we're always banging the boards afterwards. Smorgasbords. Just thinking about the buffets and it gets me so damn excited. Gets me hot. Get stoked to the max about it. Guys, I want to bring something to your attention. I don't know if you know this or not. Tampons are very interesting. Like, they have like multiple names for tampons, but here are 3 of my favorites. They have Tamps, they have Spirit Sticks, and they have Steve Buscemi's. Like, for example, I use Tamps for a nosebleed, aka a nostril menstruation. I also have a box of Steve Buscemi's in my boat, so if there's a leak, I can plug more than one hole. Now, who would have thought that pussy pluggers could plug more than one hole? Immaculate discovery. Made for a woman, strong enough for a man. And last but not least, spirit sticks. I personally like to use spirit sticks for my ears because they go deep enough. They hit the E spot, guys. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm talking about some eargasms when you just get right in there, get deep enough. You can wear them anywhere. You can wear them in your bathroom. You can wear them anywhere. You can wear spirit sticks on a rifle range because that's what I do. Guys, this is an advertisement for tampons. If you're not using them, do it. It's a phenomenal experience. I was recently out in Fort Hood. I wasn't there just for leisure. I was there for business because I am in the National Guard. Sweet. Thank you, guys. And I was out there, and I met this guy who was not only a recruiter, he was not only an opportunist, but he was a sexual harassment, assault, rape prevention sergeant. Which is quite ironic because he got in trouble for pimping his privates. I just wonder what kind of incentives they had. Like I honestly think that he was like, okay, you can get adventure, you can get gifts, free deployments, and you can get a complimentary ass grab for any time that you come in contact with a general. But it's like, he eventually got in trouble. I mean, he didn't go unscathed. He eventually got in trouble. But I was pissed because why was I not good enough to pimp? Like, was I not like the perfect private? Like, I could have been his perfect private. We could have gone down together. Phenomenal dude. It's I don't know. His new title was Sugar Daddy, and apparently his favorite hobby was human trafficking. Because that's what they endorse in the military now. No, I'm just kidding. So I was thinking about my mom the other day, but I was also thinking about my uncle and how they relate to each other. My uncle, like, I bought him a get well soon card, which honestly would have been a genuine gesture if it wasn't at his fucking funeral. And then with my mom, guys, and I get serious when I talk about this, my mom was to cancer what Shaquille O'Neal was to free throws. Like, she was successful on many attempts, but she just couldn't come through in the clutch. My mom we used to watch movies. She used to snap at like the most random times. And I'll give you this example. She used to snap during the opening credits of Friday. She used to be like, trying to find another way. I'm like, what the hell are you doing, Mom? And then she would snap like during the opening titles of Saving Private Ryan or whatever. It would be like, I'm like, what in the hell? And then she would snap at my uncle's funeral. She's like, I know you got that McDouble, motherfucker. What you holding out on? You got that motherfucking McDouble, motherfucker. It's okay. It's okay. I'll see you in a few. She was just trying to find another way. Guys, thank you so much. That's been my time.
Ladies and gentlemen, keep it going for Billy Orm. All right, we're going to keep it going. We're going to bring another comedian up to the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Hebo Dell.
Good evening. Thank you very much. Wow, that was quite a show. About 10 pounds. I love, hi, I'm Hebo Dell. I'm originally from Somalia, East Africa, far, far away. I love when men take initiative to talk about women issues, especially our periods. And our coochies and our pussies and a vagina, whatever name you call it. In my country, we call it seal. Ladies and gentlemen, I have been in the United States over 30 years of my life, and I love it. But I am crossroads between being a Somalian and being American Westernizer, whatever. Because I don't know where I fit in. Black people call me African. White people call me black. Asians call me, they don't know what I am. Nobody knows what I am. I thought when I came to this country, I introduced myself. Hello, I'm from Somalia, East Africa. Yeah. When black people meet me, meaning African Americans, they say, you're African? You African, girl? You're African, really? Yeah, I'm African. What happened? No, girl, that's not what I was imagining. I'm trying to, their accent, I'm not good at it. Just work with me. Are you sure you're from Africa? You're not mixed with these Indians and these Middle Easterns, nothing? No, I'm not. My father and mother from Somalia, great-grandparents, we all Somalis. And we all look alike if you see us. Have you seen Black Hawk Down? We all look alike. Anyway, they don't believe me. When I go to my white friends, they say, you're not black. You know those black. You're not black. I don't know if they're being racist or if they're giving me a compliment. I really don't get it. So I just decided, you know what? I'm an African with an American nationality. But when I fill out paperwork, there is no place for me to say, my mother, when I brought her to this country, she used to put others. And I used to get mad at her. I'm like, you're African American. They all look at you black. But now I know what she's been through, because from now on, I think I'm going to put others. Because I don't know where I belong. Because everybody is telling me something that I'm not. Anyway, my own family think I'm an American. They disowned me a long time ago. She's crazy. She's American. They think they're insulting me, but they're not. I'm like, really? You think I'm American? Good for me. Yeah. I have nothing in common with these motherfuckers. I hate my family. Anybody hate their family? I hate my family. These motherfuckers, I look like them. We have the same language, the same last name, but I have nothing in common with them. Really. When I was 5 years old, I ran away from home in my country. Now I know why. Because I have nothing in common with these people. They're fanatic Muslims. They all covered up. I have a sister who only has her eyes showing. What are you hiding? What is she hiding from? God knows who she is. I don't get it. She's not in Somalia. If you're in Somalia, yes, hide from the sun. I understand. But she's in Canada. What is she hiding from? Not the snow. Anyway. The funny thing is, my people, when I was in Somalia, we literally were half naked. We were the most open-minded Somalis. We had nice weather. My country are poets. We're lovers. You know, everybody used to come there as a tourist. Now my people are Al-Shabaab, Al-Qaeda. They're killers. I understand. God is so angry with us. He doesn't even give us any rain. That's why they're killing each other, killing everybody. There's nothing else to do, really, but to kill each other. So my aunt, I have an aunt. She's in her 60s. She goes, when are you going to Somalia? You're getting older. I said, never. Why? Isn't that where you want to be buried? Why the fuck do I want to be buried in Somalia? That's not my country. Oh, America is your country. Yeah. Somalia killed my father at the age of 10, almost raped my mother and my siblings, throw me out of my country. What is there to go to? You think I'm crazy? If you're that crazy, you go back to the shitty, crazy country, not me. I'm not going to that fucking crazy country. You think I can stand here and tell how I feel about my country? I would have been dead a long time ago. I have a big mouth, you know. They tell me to do something, I'll say, fuck you. Who do you think you are? Kill her. She doesn't deserve to live. Anyway, if some of you, I see some comedians who know me, I'm running light. But my favorite subject is sex. I love that motherfucker. Sex is the best thing in the world. It creates problems. We're fighting about Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton and bullshit like that. Let's talk about sex. That's the best thing in life, isn't it? If you don't have it, you're angry. If you have it, you're too happy. If you promiscuous, you get diseases. So many problems with sex, but nobody wants to talk about it. Especially, I'm supposed to be in the best time of my life. I've been celibate for 2 years. And my vajayjay's angry. Woo! She's pissed off. I said, you know what? When I stay from, penis family, I get a lot of things done. You know, I take care of my business. I'm doing my comedy career. I'm working. I'm paying my bills. I am doing the best of my life. Stay away from penis family. She's not taking that really literally. Everywhere we go, we see a good-looking guy. She goes, there, go. This is your chance. You know, last time you've been celibate for 5 years. Did that work? I said, listen, celibate is not bad. That means my vajayjay can go back being virgin again. You know what I mean? Next time who comes around, he'll appreciate us. Because the vajayjay is virgin again. Do you know that, young ladies? If you've been loose for a while, I know there's not a lot of young ladies here. Probably you're watching on the internet. You can understand that. If you've been loose for a while with your vajayjay, stay away from penis family for a while. That shit comes back to being virgin again. You will thank me. You will thank me. And leave notes, please. Anyway, I am the best of my life. You know, I am going through my menopause. And I am so happy I don't have to deal with periods. He was talking about tampons. I hate tampons. I hate all those things. Because it's artificial. Of course it's man-made. It's not woman-made. If it was up to us women, we'll just go plead. You know, let's go. Just go to the river. Get out of the way. But no, in this country, you know, in this world, we have to cover up. We have to, nature, this is natural. And women are losing their period. We're worried. Oh, I can't have babies anymore. Oh, what's going to happen to me? I am looking forward to it. I do not want to have periods anymore. I can have all the sex I want. I don't have to worry about covering up, wearing like hoodies and shit. I don't need that. I like being free. Okay? And I don't like promiscuous. Even though I love sex so much, I hate being promiscuous. I see American women, they give that penis, that pussy to every man. You know, he buys you dinner, he has some. He buys you lunch, let me give you some. He buys you drink, in my country, giving a pussy away gives you a lot of shit. You get a tribe, you get a land, you get a home, you get a man, you get a whole family. I'm American, but not that American. I decided next time I give away that pussy, he has to come up with a lot of shit. You see, men, they love us so much, as long as we tell them where the boundaries are. Excuse me. Boundaries, ladies. If you're a man to respect you, you have to respect yourself. Life is not about being free. Being free is not about being a whore, running around, giving sex to any man you see. Excuse me, allergies. So, right now, my family don't understand me, as I said. They think I'm crazy. And to me, crazy is wonderful because I have one child. My sister has 11 kids. Another sister has 3 kids. Another sister has 4 kids. And they're all married to Somali men. I'm the black sheep of the family who did not marry Somali men because I don't like to be told what to do. I'm opinionated, hard-headed, control freak. I like to change people. I don't like to change. Unless that man is good for me, then I'll decide to change. But if they can handle me, you know, sagging tits, you know, little overweight, all that, we can deal. We can talk about whatever. But really being married, it's overrated, don't you think? I love being single. I don't have to cook for anything. I don't have to clean for anything. I can do whatever I want and be whoever I want. I wouldn't be able to do all the things I accomplish these days, and I'm really happy to do that. Because in my society, women, to be single is a taboo. Like nobody wants you. What happened to you? Are you becoming an old goat? Huh? Why are you not married? You old goat? Nobody wants you? No, I don't want them. That's why. What happened? You're not thinking about becoming a lesbian, are you? I said, I wish. I wish I can become a lesbian. My problem, I don't have to deal with a penis family. It doesn't mean that I hate men. I love men to death. That's why I'm still in the business. Because I love dick so much. If I can do women, I would have been a lesbian a long time ago. Because women can understand you. Besides, what's wrong with men? You meet a man 40 plus years old. He doesn't know what to do with a vajayjay. You say, go downtown. You think you send him to a forest. He's looking for shit. Like he's a fool. Where should I start? Oh my God. Damn. You know Dr. Ruth. You know, you heard of Dr. Ruth, eh? She's a wonderful woman. She told me, I am responsible for my own orgasm. Meaning women, instead of blaming men that they should teach us how to have an orgasm, we should teach them about our vajayjay. It's true. Because men has dinglings. All you have to do is rub it 2 times and they're going, showering already. Okay? Women, you need a map. You know? You need a map. Left. No. Backwards. Move that way. It's like you're playing football. You're going forward, you're tackling, you all that. And I love her diagram, how she showed vagina. I love her. Because she's right. Men have no idea about vagina. Even if you turn the light on and say, here, this is what you do. But women, we need to get to know our vaginas first. So we can teach men how to give us the orgasm that we need. That's what Dr. Ruth said. And I break up with people. How dare you don't know about my vajayjay? If I can make you squirt like crazy, how come you can't do that for me? Well, I didn't realize we need a diagram and they need all these, men are not as deep as we are. Sorry. You guys are not that deep. Because very simply taken care of, you guys are happy. Women, we're more complicated. We're always planning shit. We're always, I don't sleep at night. I'm always doing shit. I don't even know. I don't belong to any KGB or nothing. I don't work for CIA. But why is my brain always going planning shit and doing shit? I have no idea. That's the way God created us. You know what? In this election, I was planning to vote for Hillary. But that bitch is lying the lies I can't take. I was voting for her because she had a pussy. Pussy has to control this country for a change. You guys need a pussy to control the country. We were not on our period. She's over the hump. She passed her, she doesn't have periods anymore. She passed all that anger shit. Now she's ready to run the country. But all the shit she's doing, she's lying all the time. But if Donald Trump becomes president, I already have my passport. I'm moving. I don't know where I'm going, but I'm moving. This is too much. There was a man in Kokomo that they were interviewing, and they were asking him, who are you going to vote? He said, I am going to vote for Donald Trump. They said, why? Because he's going to build skyscrapers in Kokomo. He's going to make Kokomo great. You see what he did in New York, in Chicago? He's going to do that. He's going to build skyscrapers in Kokomo? Really? Really, man? That's the best you can do? Donald Trump told you he's going to take a wall and build the wall against the Mexicans? Are you kidding me? Do you know how fast Mexicans build the homes? Build the wall? They're going to tear that wall in a day. Anyway, Donald Trump or Hillary, I'm not voting for either one of them. I might not even vote. But if I vote, I'm going to vote for independent. I wish she was a woman, because we need a pussy in this country. We really do. Too many dicks. Too many testosterone. We need a woman to mellow that out. I don't like politics. That's why my father was killed. Politics is horrible, because they're all liars. Even Obama, I voted for him twice. Don't even let me start on Obamacare. That shit sucked. I paid a lot of money for Obamacare. Obamacare, because he's a black man, we want a black president. I voted for him. But Obama is an educated man. He means well, okay? But he doesn't know. He doesn't have all the answers. America have been depleted, 16, 18 years down the road. Republicans sucked us over, and now he has to take care of all that problem. And he doesn't have the control to do whatever he wants. But still, politicians are liars. So we need to take care of each other. We should not let the government dictate us and tell us what to do. We need to take care of each other. Since I don't belong to the whites or the blacks or anybody, I belong to the world. And the reason I became a comedian is it's easier than therapy. I don't have the money for therapy. Even though the shit I want to talk about, if I talk about it tonight, you'll all be on the floor crying instead of laughing. I have to find a way to channel that. Anyway, vote. We should all vote. It doesn't matter. Even if we don't do the electoral, we should always vote. And people, tell your friends and your friends' friends, black people are talking about, the police officers are killing us, and killing us. But you're killing yourselves. African Americans are killing each other every single day. I thank you for your time. Thank you.
Words for the wise. Keep it going for Hebo Dell. And once again, we're going to keep things rolling right along. We're going to bring a veteran to the County Grinder back up to our stage. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Cody East.
All right, I don't know how I'm going to follow that. I'm going to try, though. Here we go. Hey, Church of Cannabis. My name is Cody East. Hi. It's a very ironic name because I have no direction in life. It's not going too well. I'm what you call an unsuccessful comedian. And I'm starting to get the same feeling about my comedy career as I do my bed. I'm never going to make it. Why try? I'm just gonna fuck it up tomorrow. But folks, I do one-liners and I do impressions. And I'm from Fort Wayne. I brought an impression all the way here from Fort Wayne, folks. This is my impression of Bill Cosby. He's a fucking rapist. That's just the impression I get. I don't really support rape. I know it's a hot take in this country. Thank you for playing along with that. I work at a strip club for supplemental income because comedy's not paying the bills. And it's great. I am a DJ/bouncer. And it's wonderful. But strippers are horrible. But I do work in a nice club. I walk into the club and nice velvet everywhere, nice couches. I said, hey, you know, this club really has feng shui. And one of the strippers goes, oh, I think I caught feng shui last week. Or maybe it was syphilis. I don't know what the doctor said. It's one of those crazy words. But it sucks being around beautiful women that you can't have sex with. You know what I'm talking about, Hebo? Give it up for Hebo. I love that lady. She's something else. I don't know. I'm kind of scared since she's from Somalia. I'm always kind of scared that she's gonna pirate my material. But one of the girls at the strip club, she was having a really bad day. And she came up to me and she said, you know what? I hate working here. I feel underappreciated. And I said, that's odd. I thought hookers set their own prices. Strong. I did get a compliment, though, from one of the dancers. During work, one of the perks is that I can get a dance whenever I want. And one of the girls sat on my lap, and she said, Daddy, you're so big. This lap dance feels like a pole dance. That's strong. That's a good joke. Have some fun, you fuckers. You guys are too high. That's a problem. Church of Cannabis. Mellow out, guys. Too much of a good thing. Everything in moderation. Even moderation. Never forget that. It's a very important rule. And don't kill black people. That's the other rule. I come from a long line of celebrities. My grandma was actually just inducted into the Guinness Book of World Records for prostitution. She's the oldest trick in the book. Thank you. I had to call the police the other day because I had a beehive in my house. So they set up a sting operation. I know. It's clever. That's what I do. I break down simple phrases that you hear every day because they're complexing to me. Things don't make sense. Like the phrase "needle in a haystack" does not apply to heroin addicts. They will find it. You know what I'm saying? Or like the other day, my mom said to me, she said, "Excuse my French," or "Pardon my French." And I hate that. And I asked my mom, I said, "Does that mean that all French words are potty words?" And she said, "Oui, oui." Gross bitch. You guys are so silent. I want to share the spotlight with you guys because you guys are sitting in the dark. And it makes me feel like you guys are depressed. But I'm the depressed one. You guys can't be depressed, you're all high. And I'm sober. I'm 6 years sober, and it sucks. I just said it sucks. You're not listening. That's horrible. I'm bored all the time. I have to do stupid things like work out. But being 6 years sober, it took me forever to even get sober. And because I didn't like going into AA meetings. You see, I was a really bad alcoholic. And I didn't like it because I felt like everybody knew why I was waking up at 8 a.m. and going to a fucking vacant building to meet other shaky people smoking cigarettes outside, drinking coffee. It's not very discreet. Alcoholics Anonymous. What's the first thing you do? You stand up and say your fucking name. That's not very anonymous. There was a sign out front that said Alcoholics Anonymous meeting. Are you fucking serious? Be more discreet, dumbasses. You can put a sign out front, I don't care. But be clever. Make it say, Moped Enthusiast Meeting. But being sober, I got all this free time. Don't know what to do with myself. I just work out all the time. And I joined a basketball team. I live right across from a YMCA. And I went over and I signed up for their basketball team. But I fucked up. I joined an all-gay basketball team. I should have known, though. They were called the Fruit Baskets. The showers are amazing, though. It's a great time. I do like it. The phrase, "It's a girl," always brings joy, unless said by a homicide detective. The only time that you should be able to say line of work is if you sell cocaine. Thank you, Isaiah. Any more door slamming you want to do? I am not driving you back. And you smell weird. It's weird. It's weird that black people and white people smell different. Maybe that's where all the problems started. They either smell way worse than me or way better than me, but they never smell just like me. Maybe that's our animal instinct coming out. 'Cause animals use their noses more than we do. And if something smells different or uses their phone during my set, they get killed. Give it up for Isaiah Gray. How amazing is he? I love Isaiah Gray. He's not quite a white person, not quite a black person. He's our little Malcolm X in the middle. Asshole. You ruined it. No, but he's just one of my friends. I have many friends. But I think they prefer the term little people. I deserve that. I'm sorry about that. But hey, folks, 2016 has sucked a dick, right? Nobody likes politics. Brad and Angelina are breaking up. Fucking David Bowie died along with the others. It's fucking horrible. But I'm gonna turn things around. Just in my own life. That's all I can control. So very soon, folks, I, Cody East, am going to be a daddy. Thank you, thank you. I just started dating a submissive, so I am her daddy. It's a pretty great relationship. I'm never going back. Never. The great thing about this relationship, it's a lot like having a new puppy. It's something that is very cute, follows you around on a leash and collar, and if it acts up, you can kick it in the face. I'm just kidding. I would never kick a dog. But I will boot the shit out of a submissive. It's what they like. It's great. But I started dating the submissive, and we are perfect together. Absolutely perfect. She gets me. She fucking gets me. She knows that I like girls with tattoos. Any girls in here have tattoos? Any girls in here? One. Great. Run. No, but I like girls with tattoos. It lets me know that you like something very small going in and out of your body. It also lets me know that you can deal with the pain of a bad relationship. Love girls with tattoos. I also have a big foot fetish, but all of his pictures are really blurry. Thank you for that laugh. That was great. Oh, god damn. Feel good. Feel good. I'm at the Church of Cannabis. I got a pot leaf behind me. How can I not feel good? Oh yeah, because I'm sober. Never mind. Shit sucks. Folks, I like to be tied down during sex, but marriage is a big commitment. Not quite ready for that. But I'm from Fort Wayne. Does anybody know what Fort Wayne is known for? Anyone? Even the people I brought with me from Fort Wayne? No? Okay, let me explain. See, Fort Wayne is known as the city of churches. The second thing we're known for? The sex shops across from those churches. As soon as I get done with confessional, I run across the fucking street so I can do some more sinning. I went to the sex store and I bought a cock ring. I'm sorry. I always fuck that up. Redo. I went to the sex store and I bought a mood cock ring. But they fucked me over. They didn't give me a little piece of paper that tells me what all the colors mean. So I have no idea what a purple dick means. It either means I'm really happy or it means to take the cock ring off. Because that, folks, is how you lose a dick. It's great. It's great. It's a good joke. I actually used to be self-conscious about the size of my penis. And I found it very ironic that to get over this, I had to go talk to a shrink. Yeah. Thanks, Hebo. I just like saying your name. Hebo, will you come up and stand with me? It would be, please. Let's break down these race relations. Come up here. Give it up for Hebo. All right, I'll take my pants off. Please.
Slap you. That's what I'm gonna do.
Now we're talking. Slap me.
Go ahead, do your set.
Okay, I will.
I'll be your muse.
No, you'll be Hebo. That's fine. But I hang out with a lot of weird people. In fact, I got a good friend that likes to watch women get fucked by chickens. He's a cluckhold. It was a big cock, though. It was a big cock. Yeah, I'm super racist, yep. No, but hold on. Shh. Hebo, do you know why I'm so messed up? But let me explain to you. You see, I grew up with foster parents, but they eventually switched to Budweiser, so it was a good move. Saved us a lot of money. Yeah, it was good. It's my time. I didn't know my father, though. My father was in prison, and but I did get to talk to him. And my father told me that his cellmate was a real-life demon. He was in there for possession. But my foster parents, they didn't let me go outside a lot because they thought when I was a child that I was going to be a serial killer. And now that I'm older, I might take a stab at it. Just thinking about it. If you recognize me outside of comedy, there's a good reason for that. You see, I was in a school shooting, and it caused a rift between me and my parents because I was homeschooled. It's not my father's fault, though. It's not my father's fault. He didn't know how to raise a child. He was very old when he had me. He was in his late 40s. I thought about that for a while, and I deduced that I'm most likely a Viagra baby. When I realized that, it was a hard pill to swallow. But my father, he tried to give me advice. He did. The first piece of advice that he ever gave me was that he said, "Son, sit down. I need to tell you something. You came out of your mother the same way that you went into your mother, prematurely." It's good. The other piece of advice was, of course, we had the sex talk, but he wasn't good at communicating, but he did get to me as a child. You see, we would play games with each other. And when we had the sex talk, we played the game Jenga. You remember this game? It's good. Okay. My father sat me down. We started playing. He said, "Son, I'm going to teach you about sex with Jenga." He said, "This, son, is how you pull out. And if you pull out wrong, your whole world crumbles." I got the message. My father was a total asshole. I realized this when I found out that he taped my circumcision. And I found this out because I found the VHS tape, and on the side, he wrote on the label, "Cody's circumcision. Full length and uncut. 2015. Folks, I hate Bob Seger. He's actually a really good musician, but I can't support anyone whose #1 hit was called "Turn the Page," and his autobiography is called "Ramblin' Man." No, we can't end on that, can we, Hebo? Okay, folks, I want to drop some knowledge. We're in Indiana. People on the internet, we're in Indiana. Do you know Indiana's #1 export? Anyone? Corn? Very close. Meth? Even closer. Actually, no. People, Hebo. Yeah, I'm trying. Can I stick my hand over here and use you like a puppet? No, Indiana's #1 commodity is popcorn. Ladies and gentlemen of the audience, do you know how much popcorn Indiana produces for the entire world? Any guesses? Give me a number. Right on. Exactly right. 90%. 90% of the world's popcorn. Let me put that in perspective. 100% is all of it. That's a lot of fucking popcorn. Where are you going, Hebo? Time for you to go. I'm kicking ass. Oh my God. Oh, right there. But, oh Jesus Christ, Hebo, I swear to God. Popcorn, 90%. Where's our fucking kickback money for all this popcorn? Huh? Orville Redenbacher is fucking us up the ass. I drove here from Fort Wayne all the way to Indy. You know how many fucking potholes I hit? 90%. Popcorn money should be fixing that shit. Or at least fill in those holes with popcorn. That'd be a smooth ass ride. You know Indiana's state motto? I don't either. You know what it should be? Indiana. Let's get this shit poppin'. Thank you, I'm Cody East.
Ladies and gentlemen, keep it going for Cody East and his special guest, Hebo Dell, the comedy translator. All right, we're going to keep things rolling. Yes, that was a reference to Key and Peele. We're going to keep things rolling right along here, and we're going to bring out Cody's buddy, Isaiah Gray.
Nah, ain't worth all that. Yeah, Cody gives you all that shit. Hebo was the one who slammed the door in your set and you got mad at me about. No, it wasn't. Huh? Yeah, you know, I was, because you came at me all crazy. I didn't make it. What? All right. I love you. I love you. I didn't make a slave. I don't know. Watching all y'all Somali pirate jokes made me think about my dad. It was mostly when that movie, my dad came to me, he was like, he went to Redbox when that movie Captain Phillips came out. And I went and I was like, oh, you got Captain Phillips. I heard a lot of good about this. I heard a lot of good stuff about this. He was like, oh, don't go spoiling this movie for me. It's like, have you read the title? Like, they tell you who win in the name of it. Otherwise, it'd be called Somali Pirates. Curse of the White Man's Treasure. I don't know. Yeah, but no, they wouldn't make, if the Pirates won, they wouldn't make a movie about that because they don't make a movie that positive about like a bunch of black people winning without sports being involved. All right. I don't know what I'm doing. I do not. I don't know why I'm doing comedy. I was not, that wasn't in my aims coming up. Like I went to school for a while. I went to online college until I forgot my password. So I'm more of a college logout than a dropout. I dropped out 3 times from college, so my debut album is gonna be 3 times as good as Kanye's. Yeah, I try to do other things to get into entertainment. Like I wrote a novel. It's greatly researched about a bunch of grisly murders. But apparently, a bear with a gun and a grudge and nothing left to lose doesn't make much sense to the reading audience. Just changed it back up. Now it's been released as Pandemonium, and it's gonna be a hit. Yeah, my jokes aren't much better than that. I tried to sing for a while. I made an album of love songs with Marvin Gaye covers called Isaiah Gray is Totally Gay. Made it for the ladies. Then for a while I tried to be a rapper. I was in a rap group that was kind of successful for a while. Might have heard of us, NWA. Yeah, niggas with autism. Up in the club, make it rain, man. You know. Yeah, and I had to stop rapping though. I ended up getting in an unauthorized battle rap with someone, and yeah. So I'm a convicted rapist. You can't force your rhymes on others. All right. I also ended up collaborating with someone who was underage, and yeah, I'm a statutory rapist. You shouldn't work with R. Kelly and Tyga on a song. All right. I'm gonna just tell you some real dumb jokes. Man, I'm sad that I'll never be the Michael Jordan of anything, and that I'm even more bummed out that I'm the Isaiah Gray of so many things. It's a real bummer. Actually, one of my nicknames, I've been known as like different things. Like one of my nicknames was Scooby, and I never knew why. But as an adult, it kind of fits me because I'm constantly stoned and hungry, hanging out with weird white dudes and trying to avoid mysteries. Hey, Isaiah, let's solve the mystery of what are you doing with your life? Hey, how about we just eat these sandwiches you got? Then all my problems turned out to be a guy in a spooky mask. When I was a kid, I used to get like called really dumb things. They used to call me, because they say I'm weird for a black dude. They used to call me an Oreo. And say, yes, yeah, because you're black on the outside and white on the inside. Ha ha ha, we're clever and racist. High five. You know how children are. And, but you know how silly that is now? Because are you aware how many fucking varieties of Oreos there are? But if I was an Oreo, I'd be a Swedish fish Oreo. Because I'm black on the outside, I'm full of red stuff, I'm fucking gross, and a lot of people question why I was made. But there's at least one weirdo that's gonna love it, you know? Oh, you guys think I'm too hopeful for that, all right then. They say it takes more muscles to frown than it does to smile. And yeah, but won't you leave me alone? I'm trying to build up a strong face. Because you need a strong face when you say stupid shit like I do, and people want to punch you in it all the time. So, need a quick wit and a strong face. Hey, could I ask you guys a question? I've been thinking about getting a pet recently. I'm wondering, all right, so who here are cat people? All right, who here are dog people? All right, and who here are people? All right, don't associate with them. That's a slave owner. People aren't pets, all right? Remember that, everyone. Conspiracy to commit murder is a crime, but when did it become one? That's something I wonder about. Like, hey, officer. Oh, hey, Jeff, how you doing? Hey, I've been wondering, you know how I hate Steve? Oh, yes, Jess, it is quite well documented how much you hate Steve. Well, what if I were to murder him? Wait, did you murder Steve? Nah, but what if I, planned out a way to murder Steve? Officer, what would be the best way to murder Steve? Wait, you haven't murdered Steve, have you, Jeff? Nah. All right, well, if you were hypothetically going to murder Steve, I would say you go around here down Smith Street because he gets off work around 5, and if you're gonna hijack him, but please don't murder him. All right, ta-ta. And then it became a crime after Steve got murdered by Jeff. You know, the officer gave him a great plan. He came around on 5 and pow. Yeah, it was quite well documented how much. You know when you don't finish writing a bit? All right. I'm really happy for my dad. He won an auction about he won an auction for a lot of Nazi material, you know, lots of Nazi memorabilia. Give it up for my dad, you guys. Wow, you guys hate Nazis? Hey, when my dad lost his sight saving those kids out of that building, you know, he was a hero. And he won this great auction on these Stevie Wonder records and these Daredevil comics and these first edition books in Braille. Top-notch Nazi stuff. You know what? I do too much for that pun. The pun isn't worth it. Just like, he wants us to, he means blind people. Yeah, it wasn't that good a joke. All right. I was watching some scat porn the other day. Before you all judge me, it was Ella Fitzgerald's sex tape. She was going scoop beep a doo bop beep bop it up doo bop beep bop it up, and then she took a shit on Louis Armstrong. So great scat video. She gave him the old rusty trumpet, and gave her the old Satchmo. Put it in her little brown and yellow basket, if you know what I mean. Get nervous, you just start making Ella Fitzgerald jokes. Hey, who here? How do you guys feel about Justin Bieber? See, a lot of people be hating on Justin Bieber. We have worse things coming here from Canada. Like Jesuit beavers coming down here building their goddams everywhere. Problem. People get worried that the vaccines cause autism, and I get those people. You know, if somebody came to me and was like, "Hey, you know, you can either get these vaccines and stave off deadly diseases from your baby, but if you give them to them, they might turn out like Isaiah Gray." Yeah, I might let my baby die, I guess, you know. All right, you guys think that's silly too. Thanks. I am better than a dead baby. That's... I'm not that great at being a comic because I'm sometimes really bad with my word economy. Like you need brevity and shit, and you gotta write shorter jokes, and sometimes I'm good with that, but a lot of times I'm terrible. And like fewer words can really change a story. Like one class story that 2 words could have really changed up. 3 Little Pigs. All right, do any of you guys know what 2 words could really change that story? House down. Because, yeah, little pigs, let me in. Or I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow you. So doors would have been opening for that wolf, all right? You wouldn't have been seen as that big and bad, you know? The wolf would have got a delicious meal, and those 3 little pigs would have, gotten their rewarding experience. Because he's a wolf of his word, all right? He's gonna, all right, those bricks are coming down. Man, I've always been really poor. Like I haven't been able to buy bikes. Once I was trying to get like a mode of transportation for cheap, and the only thing I could find was a used Segway. And one thing about being poor is like I grew up poor. Like my dad couldn't get me a Nintendo. But he was able to get us a Nintendo. It was a nice console. It was just came with Duck Hunt. In that sense, it was it came with a duck and a gun inside of it. And he bought it off this dude he gets mushrooms from named Mario. So and it was already a used game, so it was the dead duck. Like, you get to play this a little bit, and then we're going to be making Chinese later. And you just threw the duck in the air, and you shoot your gun at it. And, it got fun. My cousin came around, was like, hey, man, can I play? Like, no, nigga, this is a one-player game. And, I missed it, Sean, but number 5 on the Duck Hunt World Records, looking at. So I was hanging out with my Chinese American friend, Kevin Yu. And I was like, hey, Kevin, what type of job you looking for? And he said, I think I'm going to be a firefighter. I said, well, why, man? It's like, because I heard that I'm the only one that can stop forest fires. It's like, what do you mean, Kevin, you? I'll tell that joke until I die. I don't know. I know why Catholics don't like gay people. It's because they're jealous. Because bishops can only go diagonally, while queens can move any way they want to. I was hanging out with my friend Liz, and my friend Liz, she's from New Zealand, and she would talk mad shit about the Maori people of New Zealand, but I'd never met one of those, so they don't really exist to me. So it's like, New Zealand's where they made the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit and shit. So I'm just like, oh, this racism's like Middle Earth racism. It's like, oh yeah. Dwarves and elves don't like each other, and, white New Zealanders hate Maoris. And, I realized how white people feel in America. It was like, oh, this doesn't really exist, so I don't really need to think that much about it. There's not any Maoris in my circle, so I don't need to worry about Maoris' pain in dealing with racism in their country. All right, then. I like to read some books to try to train and stuff. Like one book I read to try to train up on comedy was Book of Five Rings, and that's a book on swordsmanship and martial arts and how to be disciplined. And I also read the Book of 2 Chainz about being fresh as hell even if the feds are watching. Being different. Rolling up on the scene, where's your ceiling? It is missing. The second chapter of the Book of 2 Chainz is the mystery of the missing ceiling, and he's going on looking around for it. It's a very engrossing book. It follows a lot of things. They had to kill Harambe because he was a gorilla and he was here to stop fakers. That's the worst joke I've ever written. And I've written some terrible jokes. I'm just kidding. That's the greatest joke I've ever written. Stop fakers? Because he was a gorilla? Oh, man. You guys got to let that joke sink in again, though. Stop fakers. Oh, because nobody likes fakes. Posers are around and you don't like them. And then they killed him because of that. The moral of the story is don't do drugs and follow your dreams. And if my kids are watching, do as I say and not as I do, all right? Just makes your dreams crashing and burning much easier. I'm a weird dude, man. I'm like me and Cody friends because sometimes we connect on fetish stuff. Like one of my fetishes is I like to dress up in all black, sneak in people's houses, and masturbate in their ears. They can't see me coming and they can't hear me coming either. I call it an ejaculating. Disappear into the night. One thing I like to do is I have a lot of late nights, but I don't like to drink that many energy drinks. Because somebody told me that energy drinks contain taurine, and they also told me that taurine is made from bull semen. And I'm not cool with that. So I made my own energy drink. Made from 1995-96 Chicago bull semen. Yeah, it's going to be energized like a champion. I said, it tastes like Scottie Pippen jizz mixed with Gatorade. Don't ask my trade secrets, all right? On a late day. This is going to be, I believe this is being streamed on Indiana Radio, Indiana Talk Radio or something. I'm sorry, that was terrible. I was just trying to get into this next joke. I like to listen to online radio and stuff because, radio seems like a dying medium. Like when I was in high school, I was on the speech team in radio, and I was terrible at it, but I kind of thought, maybe one day I could work for a radio station. I like to listen to this NPR station, this NPR hip hop station. It's real good. You don't listen to it. Sometimes just hello. You're wondering why your baby mama be tripping like this. Well, we're gonna be finding that out and more this week on This American Life. Just hello, I'm Abby Cornish, and we're gonna find out, are your niggas really with you? And more things today on All Things Considered. Today on the Diane Rehm Show, gonna have Gucci. Burn. And Prairie Hood Companion is coming up next, and then Keisha. I'm Garrison Keeler, and then Keisha's ghetto ass came round, and she was just trying to talk shit, and I wasn't there to deal with her. But then, like, on the other end, all the promotion is handled by this hip-hop producers. It's just like,
yo, this Sunday at Club V, we're going to be having Ira Glass and Mike Birbiglia to talk about the future of storytelling, telling. VIP passes coming this Sunday. Going to be having a discussion with Gordon Riddell.
Man. It's always weird to me that people just pick Jesus. They pick that dude coming back. They're like, Jesus coming back. And he's depicted like arms out, legs together. That's how that dude died. That'd be like me coming back like, how'd I die like that? Because I love Kung Fu, all right? Yeah, the only person that benefited from that was Keith. Never mind, I'm not going to talk about Keith Carradine. All right, damn, I wrote all these jokes down, and I was like, I ain't going to get through them. And I read through all of them, so I'm just trying to have to remember some other ones. All right. So it's like weird to me, like I was walking down the street and I was going across the bridge and a police officer walked up to me, drove up next to me. He was like, hey buddy, you all right? Because he thought I was gonna kill myself. And it's like, no, not yet, man. Not yet. I was like, it made me feel all warm inside. It was like, oh, it's like when they have those pictures of like lions and then they're cuddled up with lambs. Like, oh, that thing usually kills the other one, but this time it didn't happen. Like, oh, you know, like a lot of people don't like to be around police, but I do, you know. It makes me feel closer to Earth, you know, having a natural predator again. Oh, alrighty. On PCP. You know when your car breaks down and you're like, I need help, but first I'm gonna take some of this PCP. PCP's never let me down when I've had car troubles. That's what you do. That's what you do when your car breaks down. You know what you be doing on PCP? You put your hands up and you walk all slow. Like, oh man, it's the bad PCP. Oh man, it's just I like that September's ending, you know, and October's coming up, and then scary things are festive and fun. You know, so yeah, being black in America won't be as bad. It'll be a good old time in October. Police encounters become spooktacular, you know? Oh, man. What are you gonna be for Halloween? I'm gonna just try to survive till then. Don't have time to worry about spooky shit. These guys, they used to dress up like ghosts, and now they just dress up in all blue. They used to dress up to be spooky, and now they run for president, and everything's cool. like you get Donald Trump will go on and be like, white people are better than black people, and black people are animals. And then Hillary Clinton will go on and say, what Donald Trump said was terrible and racist and wrong. And the media will say, Man, Hillary and Trump are throwing some barbs, huh? Going back and forth crazy. All right. Anthony, tell me a joke of mine you like I can leave out on. All right. Hey, can I try some urban comedy with you guys? All right. This is, sometimes I have to go in the room to try to do some of these jokes because, well, it's what people expect of me. All right. Oh, I'm coming back. I'm coming back. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Black people, white people, oh, we be different. We fucking different. We different as hell. You know it, right? Like, you know, black people be like, black people be like, hey, you want to go dancing? They be dancing like, you know, black dudes that dance cooler than me. You know, white people, they be dancing like, oh yeah, buddy, get in the groove. You know, black dudes be like, hey man, you want to go play some ball? White dudes be like, hey buddy, you want to go hit the links? And lizard people be like, hey buddy, you want to go do some arcane blood magic? Oh yeah, you know how lizard people be. Lizard people be tripping. Like, oh man, arcane blood magic, we did that last week, lizard person. And they be getting all the bitches. Oh yeah, you know lizard people. Be getting all the bitches that love them some arcane blood magic. Oh man, black people be getting murdered in the streets by the people that are supposed to protect them and represent them. White people deny that injustice happens. And lizard people be running on the Republican ticket for president. I'm sorry, that was very offensive to black people and lizard people for including Donald Trump in their ranks. I'm sorry. All right, I'm going to leave you guys on this one. It's always weird. So when I was growing up, I tell you that like when you give up on things you once loved and cared about, that's a sign of maturation that you're becoming an adult. But then I learned as an adult that when you give up on things you once loved and cared about, that's a sign of depression and that you might kill yourself. So I guess the suicide might be the last adult decision I make. All right, I'm Isaiah Gray. I'm sorry for that.
Ladies and gentlemen, keep it going for Isaiah Gray. He's the only black man I've ever heard talk about NPR. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to keep things rolling along. And he has closed more rooms than mold. Please welcome to the stage.
And beware of the lizard people, Jerry Goebel.
Yay! I'd like to formally apologize to our lizard people overlords. I know you're sponsoring our show and your radio program, but thanks a lot, Indiana Talks Radio. We appreciate all your support. So, great show tonight. Thank you guys for coming out. This is really awesome. It's been a really great week. We found out there's going to be some changes happening here. We're going to get some carpet. It's got donated. We got donated carpet, and it's not like used. Yeah, tell me about it. Right. So that's going to be great. We're going to change the look of the stage, and then we'll be doing our house productions here. And we'll reenact some famous police shootings here. We'll do that. We'll come here, we'll break it out. It's pretty crazy shit. World's on fire again. So every time I see police shootings and I see all the media and stuff, the first question I have to ask is there something else we're missing? Because it always seems like there's something, you know what I mean? There's always some big distraction, and it's like, okay. So honestly, I don't see why there's even a situation here, like for police brutality. I mean, I know everybody's watched enough Gotham that we get the idea that it's a brutal profession on his side. I mean, Jim Gordon's a murderer now. You know, have you seen season 2? Jim Gordon's a cop. That's how you go by. In that show, everybody turns into a murderer, inevitably. Which kind of leads you to believe that if you're in the police force, there's a very good chance you may kill somebody. Very good chance you may kill somebody as a soldier. Those are consequences. Now, the question is, why are the standards for both of them different as far as shooting goes? You know what I mean? Like, if you're a soldier, there's protocol. You got to fire. You got to hold your shit until the last second. And you know, I mean, it just seems like some of these shootings are just stupid. Like, they're reflex. Like, they don't really believe they work. The guns didn't work. We never really made sure they worked. You know? And they're just out there. And then his town starts on fire again. And it's just like this repetitive cycle every year. I thought it was interesting when they killed Gaddafi and they run out basically, you know, general opinion being that he wasn't such a dick. There's a possibility he was. The argument I hear a lot is that his security forces killed such and such people. And that's a phrase that I think is interesting. Security forces. No, you talk about police in terms of security forces. That changes the whole storyline for the deaths, for the number of people dying. Like, why is the number so high? You know, it's crazy. Not funny, just true. I got 5 minutes and we're closing the show out. I'm leaving on that. Because and genital mutilation tonight, that's another topic that needs to be discussed. There are things that we need to talk about. There's things that need to, you know, and then I know that there are some people in this country that are into genital mutilation. That's a thing for some people. You know, I've seen guys who've split the ends of their dick, which is crazy that you do that to yourself anyway, voluntarily. It's worse when it's happened, you know, somebody does it to you and it's against your will. That's why the whole circumcision thing always makes my dick hurt a little bit. You know, it just does. I don't know if it's phantom pain or whatever, but I know that, you know, where my foreskin should be, I feel pain when I hear about that. It's, you know, and it's crazy. And that's how did they come to these beliefs that these things were okay? You know what I mean? How do you make a snap decision at the last second that somebody's life could come to an end? You make that decision. How do you decide one day that you got to mutilate sexual organs to prevent people from using them? It seems like there's a lot of sublimated shit going on here. Like, what is your fear of the vagina? You know, and I think Hebo hit it on the head. I think there's a lot of guys that don't know about vaginas or how they operate. I do feel like I know a little. Hey, I had Hustler, man. I know what, it was like instruction manuals. It really was. Because believe me, if you couldn't get a gynecology degree after reading Hustler spreads, then you really weren't reading Hustler. There we go. All right. So, and that's our show for tonight, guys. Thank you guys for coming out and supporting live comedy. I'd like to thank all our sponsors and, again, our evil alien overlords. Thank you so much for not murdering us and locking the doors and pretending we don't exist anymore. We appreciate that. So, I'll praise the leader. Good night.